really interesting. A single name that is applied to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. This is a really important detail. Because it is interesting that in John 17, when the Son is praying to the Father and is speaking to the Father, if I'm not mistaken, verse 11, he says, Father, I sanctified your name, comma, which you have given me, comma. So the text says, the name that is yours and that has been given to me, it's mine. So the same name given to one is given to the other. This is clear in Matthew 28, verse 19, when we find Jesus resurrected and he says, so go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So let's understand this first item. When Christ commands the disciples or the apostles to go out and baptize people, he says, people must be baptized in the name. Do you understand this? The order is baptize them in the name. The name, a name refers to a being, but be careful. Be careful with how we read it, because normally when we read, we used to look at the grammar categories, the text categories. For example, when it says, I'm here on behalf of Alexandre, it is on behalf of someone. It is not the letters Alexandre, because these letters, these graphemes, or the phonemes have no essence, absolutely no essence. When we're referring to a name, we're referring to the being. So he says, you must make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name. So this name, it is in this name that they must be baptized. But he doesn't say in the names, because if I have here three people totally separated, each one being a different being with their own traits and attributes, exclusive traits, I should have said the names, right? After all, it's three different people that are complementary to each other. So I should have said in the names. If there are three people, it's three names. So it should have been said in this case, in the names of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. But it's interesting that even the grammar structure favors you understand that the name is in the singular. It's just a name. It's just one name. In the name of the Father. How do you learn in school? When you have to make a succession of things. For example, you must buy rice, comma, beans, and sugar. So at the last element, instead of adding a comma, we place a and, right? But when you say rice, comma, beans, comma, sugar, can we do that? Yes, of course we can do that. In our grammar structure, that would mean that you have enumerated or numbered the items, but they're not all mentioned there. And on the other hand, when you have and, this is finishing the list. This and is finishing the succession of elements. When you have nothing but commas, there are other elements that are not being mentioned, but you know that they're also essential, right? So we have this phenomenon at chapter 28, verse 19 of Matthew. So baptize then in the name of the Father and in the name of the Son and in the name of the Holy Spirit, using and successively. And one might say, it's wrong. Why do we have so many ands, and all the time? This is signaling, is stressing the fact that this single name belongs to all of them, to the Father, and also to the Son, and also to the Holy Spirit. This is used to, as I said, emphasize each item of the list. So in this case, you should use "and" to exalt, to evidence what you're trying to say. In other words, in the name by which we must be saved, the name that is above all names, not only in this world, but also in the coming one. This name is a name that points to the unity of God. Yes.